U.S. out of the Middle East, no justice, no peace. U.S. out of the Middle East, no justice, no peace. U.S. out of the Middle East, no justice, no peace. No peace. U.S. out of the Middle East, no justice, no peace. U.S. out of the Middle East, no justice, no peace. U.S. out of the Middle East, no justice. U.S. out of the Middle East. U.S. out of the Middle East, no justice, no peace. U.S. out of the Middle East, no justice.
No peace. No peace.
Give this to someone else.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, ladies.
We don't sound alive. Good morning. We wanted to hear us. Let's be a little bit louder. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Very good, very good. Let's wake up people downtown this morning. We're here today because we have an issue. We have an issue with the way that the war is going. We have an issue with the way that money is being spent. But we have a bigger issue with the way our children are being treated throughout this war. We have a bigger issue with the way that civilians are becoming casualties of this war. Here in the city of Syracuse, what I do is counter recruitment for American Friends Service Committee and a committee called MATE, Military Alternative Education Program. And I work predominantly in the area high schools. And we see a lot of the recruiters going in because we know that this is a war of poverty. This is a war for the poor. The poor are being picked to fight this war. Our children in our community. I want to commend the speaker that spoke before me when we were up the street at Foreman Park, because something very critical that she hit on is something that I want to talk about today. The degree of violence in our city is no different than the degree of violence of war. The same effects that war has on people is the same effects that violence has on the city of Syracuse, in the surrounding areas of Syracuse. Those of you that live outside of the city of Syracuse also experience the recruiters coming to your school, making false promises, promising money to go to college, promising bonuses to get you signed up, promising to take care of your families. They're promising us non-combat jobs, and we're finding out that these jobs that are supposed to be non-combat are the highest casualty jobs that exist. They are the truck drivers. They are the supply people. They are the cooks. They are our children. They are our children that used to be in high school, that used to play in these parks, that are trying to make a better way for themselves, but they are being fooled. We are all being fooled. This is a war about oil. This is not a war about people. This is not a war about weapons of mass destruction that don't exist. This is a war that will affect every one of you standing there if we all don't take a stand and tell President Bush and the powers that be to end the war now. We here support our troops. We support those of you that support our troops, but we do not support the casualties of this war. From AFFC to the Peace Council to all of those that make up our coalition, we as the community are power. We are going to flex our power these days. These days coming up towards elections, we are going to flex our power with adults and with these wonderful youth that you see standing here. They are the future, and we're not going to leave them in demise. We are going to stand with them, speak up for them, and march with them. Thank you very much.
Not bombs, homes not jails. Books not bombs, homes not jails. Books not bombs, homes not jails. Books not jails. Books not bombs, homes not jails. Books not bombs. Talk about the injustice of the war. Now that's a huge umbrella term, and I'm talking about the whole thing.
I'm talking about Haditha, talking about the stop-loss clause, the extended tours, 18 months, 24, more. The goons serving as police, a bit like here in that last one. The crooked deals of Halliburton, the torture, the rape, this whole fucking war itself. This war is occupation, is nothing but injustice, and it doesn't stop there. The injustice over there is just the obvious shit. Over here, it justifies the fear-mongering of the media, the Machiavellian tone of our government, the green, black, red, and all the other colored scares, the arrests, the loss of our rights, spoken, social, and political. And here's the best part. We're paying for it. Over half our taxes go to propagate this shit. Alright? Now, you guys want specifics? Haditha, we're talking about a massacre. We're talking about people just busting into a house and shooting up everyone inside. Women in wheelchairs, children, little dogs, for fuck's sake. Alright? Stop-loss clause. We're talking about soldiers who joined thinking that they could get out after a short, maybe 4-month term from what I understand. And they're there for, as I said, 18, 24 months. That's what causes these massacres. This terrible shit. And our taxes? Just look that shit up, guys, alright? Peace.
That's bullshit. Get off it. The enemy is profit. Exploitation and starvation won't be solved by corporations. That's bullshit. Get off it. The enemy is profit. Education.
Not for war and occupation.
Money for jobs and education.
Not for war and occupation.
Money for jobs and education.
Not for war and occupation.
Money for healthcare and education.
Not for war and occupation.
Money for homes and education.
Not for war and occupation.
Money for jobs and education.
Not for war and occupation.
Money for veterans benefits and education.
Occupation.
Refund the VA. Defund the war. Refund the VA. Defund the war.
Here in America, it's hard to take war personally. It's easy to think guns are just machines, fighting is an adventure, and troops are one big sports team. Some of us might turn on the TV now and then, catching the tail end of the international news report. Today, bombs fell, killing 30 Iraqis and injuring 50, before flipping to our favorite sitcom. It's difficult to relate. It's not easy to find the connection between our lives and the lives of people we don't know, living in a place we've never been to. But we must realize it is our obligation to make it personal and to make it our problem. I think it's safe to say we've all dealt with loss and grief. We ask ourselves over and over why it had to happen and what we could have done to stop it. Most of the time we have to accept that some things in life are beyond our control. But this is not the case for people involved in the war. These people aren't dying from old age or freak accidents. They're dying because no one is stopping it. As Nobel Peace Prize winner Elie Wiesel once said, indifference is always the friend of the enemy, for it benefits the aggressor, never its victim, whose pain is magnified when he or she feels forgotten. We ask you today not to forget. Don't forget the number of lives lost, and do not forget the number of people who have to live with that loss. Thank you.
Now we're going to Clayton Square. Continue to follow the banner. Woo!
Yeah!
Any chanters?
Make art, not war?
You want to do it?
No, I'm not a youth. I'm an old man.
Alright, let's go. Make art, not war. Make art, not war. Make art,